Welcome to Market Your Personal Brand. You made it. And this is module 1 of the 10 modules we will be spending together. My name is Bethany Shipley. I'm the course creator and also the coach and teacher of this course. And I'm just so excited that you're here. My vision for the world that we live in is that the vast majority of people wake up inspired by the work that they get to do that day, and that they go to sleep or come home fulfilled by the work they did. My portion of that vision, the place where I feel like I can make the most impact in that vision, is this work right here, helping people understand and appreciate and acknowledge their personal brand, which is also their magic, and help them understand that what they bring to the table is absolutely unique. It's individual to them. It's exclusive to them, and that the world benefits when they do that. And so that is the essence. That's the root of this course. And my work here is I want you to feel inspired by the work you get to do. I want you to feel fulfilled by the work you get to do. And I think part of that is just recognizing and appreciating who you are, knowing who you are and the isms that you are, and bringing that to the table with a lot of passion and excitement. And so, whew, it's exciting. I'm really, really pumped for what we're about to do together. A little housekeeping before we dive into the content of Module 1 is that this course is a work at your own pace course. And obviously, you know that there's advantages to that and there's disadvantages to that. The disadvantage is if you don't have a structure in place, something that could potentially benefit your life, potentially benefit and potentially change your life, could go sitting in a file that you have access to, right? If we don't take initiative to take the information, embody the information, and act on the information personally, then it would be a waste of investment. So my hope is that you have the structure and strategy in your own life to make sure that you can roll this out and actually soak it up. What that's looked like for me in the past is having an accountability partner. I've had accountability partners where if I'm doing a course like this, a 10 module course, for example, me and my accountability partner would meet once a week and discuss the module that we did. And of course, that would enforce me to have done the module and really taken it to heart. Sometimes having a calendar appointment with someone else can feel more powerful than having a calendar appointment with yourself, but that's an option too. If you want to pick a specific date and time that you're going to do a module and then stick with that and follow through, you'll get the most out of this course. But ultimately, it's up to you, and how you want to do this course is up to you. And my hope for you is that you find it so valuable that you just can't wait to get back in here and do the next module. With this, each module has worksheets attached with it, and a lot of the worksheets have content that will be built upon in further modules. So you want to make sure that you plan for that and really take those worksheets with intention. And some of them are heavier on reflection, and some of them are heavier on kind of fill in the blanks. And so you'll want to have time where it's not just like on your kitchen counter and while you're cooking for kids and doing something else that you scribble something in, but that you have time that's designated inspired time, whatever that looks like for you. And you won't want to move on to the next module until you do have that homework complete. This homework can be printed out as many times as you want, and you can redo it. You can scribble it out. There's no rules here, and your homework doesn't have to be perfect. If you are coming into this with hoping that your first draft would be the final for you to revisit, that energy is going to clog you up. It's going to clog your inspiration up. So really practice having a rough draft energy with the homework. Be willing to reprint or rewrite or whatever it needs to be for you in order for you not to feel like you have a perfectionism energy about this. So welcome to Module 1. I want to share a little bit of my personal story. First of all, on a personal standpoint, I am married to the coolest dude in the world. I wish you could know him. His name is Eli, and together we have 4 beautiful, amazing, brilliantly gifted children. And in case you haven't gotten this memo yet, I believe everyone is brilliant and unique and special. And so, me saying that about my kids, of course, I am their mom. So, of course, I have special eyes that has the ability to see who they are. But each of them represents their own personal brand. They are all their own people. My oldest son, Moses, is very analytical and he's very detail oriented. And he's he's a name brand kind of dude. My daughter Lennon, who's right 2 years under him, is carefree and wild. And when she was young, we joked that she was feral. Her hair just tangles and she doesn't care. She's a little swimmer, just loves all things wild and free. My son Mac, who's 2 years younger than Lennon, he is just like a bowling ball. He's an entertainer. He's fun. And my daughter Avalon is convinced she's either a princess or a kitty cat. Of course, this is when I'm recording this. They're 9, 7, 5, and 3. But those things about them will carry them through, will be things about them. There are roots of being a princess and a kitty cat. The roots of that will carry with Avalon through the rest of her life. The roots of being an entertainer and a bowling ball and just, I don't even know how to describe Mac. Just a funny guy. That's going to carry with him through the rest of his life. And Lennon and Moses, same for them. The roots of what are already there are going to carry with them. That is their personal brand. So if they were to take this course, they would end up discovering some things about them that have been there from the very beginning. Anyway, I'm their mom and I get to be their mom, and it's just a great gift. Outside of my family, I have business experience. I started my first business in the network marketing space when I was 21 years old and built an international team of lots and lots of people. I think somewhere around the number of 12,000 families that had participated in my network marketing business with Young Living Essential Oils. And if you're not familiar with network marketing, essentially you have the potential to build your own sales team and then reap the financial benefits of that sales team. And so that's what I did. And I'm so grateful for everything that I learned through Young Living. And I'm still an active member of Young Living. But the training and the business training that I did inside of Young Living, teaching people how to find their magic and then capitalize on that, whatever that looks like for them, is the same work that I do here, just in a different arena. I have a podcast where I interview people who work in their magic and passionate about seeing people obviously lit up about their life. And then I do business coaching as well. So my journey inside of my own personal business experience and what kind of led me to this place being this course, this mindset, is that I got confused for a while about the idea of purpose. And I was obsessed with purpose. I remember from the very beginning of my life, I feel like my life curriculum was wanting to know, what was I here for? I think of the Billie Eilish song, what was I made for, in the Barbie movie. That resonated so much with me, as I'm sure it does with millions of other people, as that song and that concept is very relatable in our society. I remember thinking if I could play the piano really well as a kid, then maybe I would be a pianist. Or maybe if I was a really great singer, then I could be a singer. Or maybe I was going to be an actress. Or maybe I was going to be when I was 7, I was imagining myself in the Olympics skating, like skating, specifically like ice skating, which is really funny because I was growing up in Florida. I never ice skated outside of like an indoor ice skating rink, twice, maybe a little more than twice. But what was I made for? That was a question I was obsessed with asking. And when I got a little bit older, I started asking a different question, but under the same umbrella, which was, what is the highest potential? What is my highest potential? And I would say things like, I'm made for more. I'm made for more. I was made for more than this mediocrity. And what I was really, really wanting was to be set apart and different and unique than the rest. If you're into the Enneagram is like a personality test. It's like 9 different personality types that are motivated by different things. I got really into Enneagram and realizing that that is a personality trait to really want to be unique and want to be set apart. But I had hoped that somehow I could be like Moses in the Bible and climb a mountain and find the highest potential, find this 10 commandments and this rock that had inscribed my fullest potential. And then I could just achieve that, right? Like maybe because you can't be everything in every area. I can't be a triathlon and also be a world CrossFitter, like the best in the world CrossFitter. Or I can't also be a cyclist that wins in the Olympics, or also a swimmer, or also like you need a different body for some of those things. I can't be like, to give you the examples of athletics, to use the example in the metaphor of athletics, there's only so much you can do. And so when people would say things like live your highest potential, I'm thinking, what does that mean? Does that mean have the most children I can have? Does that mean build the biggest business I can have? Does that mean have the biggest, most money I could have? Does that mean have the best relationship in my spouse that I could have? That whole concept was like a tornado for me. I was like, I just want someone to tell me what exactly is my highest potential. What does that mean? What is more of made for more? If I'm made for more, what does more mean? Because this perpetual longing and desire to have kind of like someone hand me over a piece of paper, or, Moses's 10 commandments, like here's the rock that prescribes you your highest potential, that just would have been amazing for me to know. And what I realized in that journey of searching endlessly for purpose is what I really needed wasn't a piece of paper that said, here's your purpose. I needed to connect with an energy of purpose. And my personal philosophy about purpose, as it is today, is that purpose is an energy that you get to have when you know who you are and you get to live that out loud. Like you get to be fully who you are. Most people don't know who they are. And there are quotes, if I can say tongue in cheek, cliche sometimes, like just be yourself. Well, just, be your authentic self. Like, who were you before the world told you who you should be? And it's like, I don't know. Those never led me to an answer. Like, I wanted an answer. And part of what this course does for you is it gives just enough structure to lead you to the answers of who actually are you, so that you can have a model that exists for you to use as a backbone when you're going out into the world and wanting whatever you're doing to be congruent with who you are, that you have a model in which to go, yes, I've actually already done the introspection work. I know who I am. And now I can fall back on this whenever I'm looking at the decisions I'm going to make, or any outputs that I give, any social media that I do. I want it to match who I am. Any interactions that I have, I want it to match who I am. Any work of art or any career or any act of service or any contribution or any decision or any purchase or any apparel or any first impression or any fill in the blank of anything you do out there matches who you are. And I say this, I know it's grammatically incorrect, but who you be, who you be. Your being is what you really need to know. We see an epidemic of people searching for who they are in ways of, what is my niche? What is my niche? I want to know my niche. Like there's some perfect niche out there. What they really need clarity about is who they are. When people get connected to who they are, oh my gosh. As my dad says, Katie bar the door. This is module 1, and this is called magic. And the way that I define magic, your magic, isn't like sleight of hand. It's not like a street performer or a juggling act. Your magic, as defined in this course, is the unduplicatable parts of you that make you you. Now, we've heard, probably in kindergarten, right? You've heard that the thumbprint, like there's never been another person on this planet, or there's not another person on this planet that has the exact thumbprint as you. To me, it's wild to think about the 7 billion people, plus, minus, whatever, that are on this planet that don't have the thumbprint, but also think about all the people that in the past had thumbs, all the people that lived on this planet and had thumbprints, and they also don't have the same thumbprint of you as you. That is one piece of data physically that represents the unduplicatable parts of you. Your hair has your DNA in it. It is unique and exclusive to you. That is magical. That is so cool. Your eyes are unique. Your taste buds are unique. No one tastes, let's say we did have the exact same strawberry, which is also not possible because every strawberry plant has a different amount of water, a different spot in the sun, different nutrients and microbes inside of the soil where that strawberry plant is growing, right? All strawberry plants are unique. But let's say we could create somehow a strawberry plant that was the exact same, and you and I tasted it. Our taste buds are in different spots on our tongue. The way that our taste buds receive information is unique to us. So even if we had the same strawberry, we would not taste that strawberry the same way. Even if we could see the same situation from our eyeballs, the colors that came into our eyes as our filter, are unique to us. So I would see it differently than you see it. I have a feeling that I see blues and greens differently than my husband because we just don't notice the same things. Sometimes I look up at the sky and it's so bright that I have to close my eyes and he can keep his eyes wide open. So clearly our eyes are intaking information in different ways. On a physical front, that makes sense, right? The physical data that we are interpreting in our senses are unique. But here's what's also incredible. The feelings that you have are unique. The chemicals that create feelings in your body are in different proportions and they go different places. And the way that your brain's neurons fire in a specific patterns are different than other people. You are living a unique experience just by being you. You get a unique experience just by living in your body. The things that you notice, like the fact that some of you would come in my little office area and you would see these cords and you would just go, oh my gosh, put the cords behind the computer. The fact that you notice that is unique to you. The fact that pictures just have to be straight, or maybe the fact that pictures don't have to be straight. Or the fact that you walk into a kitchen and it feels a certain way to you in your body, that's unique to you. The way that you are interpreting the world around you is unique. Physically, like your DNA is unique, like the hair strand is unique, but also how you are intaking information and how it is digesting in your body, how you are perceiving it, and the feelings and thoughts that you have are unique to you. You are made of magic. The odds of you being here, specifically you being here, scientists and mathematicians have estimated that the odds of specifically you being here are 1 in 400 trillion. 1 in 400 trillion. That tells me this is not an accident that you are here. This is not random. This is not just so happens to be. This is you, I believe, are divinely inspired from another place. We're not going to get into philosophy, but I believe from another place, your soul came here to be you. So what if purpose now wasn't this, oh my gosh, there's my list of my highest potential. Now I'm going to go do that. But in fact, getting to know yourself, understanding your desires, understanding actually what you want, coming from actually who you are. Now, all of a sudden, living your purpose is activating an energy of being who you are. And that doesn't mean that you end up sitting on the couch watching Netflix. Because when you're connected to who you are, you have ambition about you. You have creative ideas about you. You have impulses that are unique to you that cause you to want to do things. So this doesn't mean, great, you can just be who you are. That's not how it works. When you are authentically connected to who you are, I believe you are authentically being who you are by doing things out in the world. Ooh, I love this conversation so much. So you are made of magic. And a large portion of the objective of this course, before we get into the marketing your magic, the first 5 modules of the course are connected specifically to the idea of you understanding your magic. And we don't skimp over that. You are made of magic. So when I say personal brand, I'm talking about your magic. When I say, I'm not talking about fonts and colors and color schemes and whether you're in ocean or mountains. I'm talking about, and all of those things are fun examples to extend information about who you are, aren't they? Fonts and colors and personalities and animal types and beach or mountains and energy. All those are fun things, but they are out there things. You have to get connected to who you are really. And that's what the first 5 modules of this course are about. So that's your magic. When I say your personal brand, I'm talking about your magic. When I say magic, I'm talking about your personal brand. You can use those interchangeably. When I talk about your being, I'm talking about your magic. When I say your being, not your doing, I'm talking about your personal brand, your magic. All right. Now, I've created a model that exists for the purpose of you understanding yourself, for you understanding your magic, for you understanding your personal brand. This model is a Venn diagram, and inside of each circle, there is going to be content that exists for you to know who you are. Now, when we get into the marketing portion of this course, you're going to have this model filled in for yourself in order to go, oh my gosh, okay, yes, what I did out there matches who I am. That is authentic. Until you have a model, like I think of this like a, when you go get a paint color and then you're buying furniture to go in that room, or maybe it's the other way around, but you get a little swatch, right? To like match out there. That's what this model exists as. So it's built into a Venn diagram. The first 5 modules of this course is all about building out your personal magic Venn diagram. You can write that down if you want. Personal magic Venn diagram. Inside of the middle of this personal magic Venn diagram is, and you can't see it because I put a star over it, is a heart that is like a thumbprint style. And I did that because that is you. That's your magic. Where all of these elements intersect is your magic. So that part is already there. We're just going to be filling in the other parts of the magic Venn diagram. I'm so excited. By the end of this course, you are going to have so much clarity about who you are in ways that I don't believe you have ever done this work before. Some of it, we take the back door on getting information on you. It's not just like, hey, what is the answer to this? Like, we'll do a homework and then we'll flip it on its head and you'll find that there's answers in there that you didn't even know. So it gets really, really fun. And I am so excited for you to be a part of this. This is the personal magic Venn diagram. This is the model that exists for you to know exactly who you are so that when you are examining, hey, am I being authentic? You know, so that you can be who you are, you can live who you are, and you can market who you are. So here's the homework. The homework is for introspection. The purpose of the homework is introspection, meaning there is the opportunity for you to look inside and sit with some things. You may need to sit with some things. You may need to write down a question that you are going to ask yourself throughout the week. One of the things that I learned early on in my business journey that helped me so much is that our brains are like computers. And if you ask your brain a question, it will provide an answer. The key is to make sure that the question that you're asking is an empowering question. So why do I never follow through with anything I say I'm going to do? Is a question that your brain is going to provide an answer for. And that answer really isn't helpful because the question isn't helpful. Rather, how can I follow through with the things that I say I'm going to do is a question that then your brain starts thinking. So the purpose of introspection is understanding, of course, but it's also to help you have clarity about what questions you're asking. That's a purpose of introspection. And when you know, hey, this is my question, then you'll come up with a really great answer. So use the homework as that. If a question stumps you or you're not really sure, then allow yourself to ask a really empowering question in order to get a really empowering answer. And then the worksheets are, so the worksheet for this particular module 1 homework is what does being lit up look like for you? The very first question is, what does being lit up look like for you? Being lit up is when you are connected to your magic. We're actually gonna just hang out here. Just me here. There we go. What does being lit up look like for you is when you are in your magic, like when you're connected to the person that you really are. What does that feel like? What does it feel like to be in this vein of inspiration? And I want you to just really journal about what does that look like for you? How does it feel in your particular body? What kind of emotions and chemicals are swirling around in there? What kind of thoughts are you having? Elaborate on that. And then there's another question that says, what thoughts can you choose to think that will cause you to feel lit up? And that's just to kind of get your brain going on. What are some empowering thoughts that I have? How does the world around you benefit when you live from your magic? Ooh, it's a good question. If you have kids, how do they feel when you are living from your magic, when you're lit up? If you are married, how does it feel in your marriage when you're lit up? How does it feel in your community? Who benefits? I was thinking this today. I dropped my kids off at a camp, and one of the counselors is just in her magic. She's just connected with her magic, and she's just living her vibrant life over there. And it makes me so happy because my kids get to access that. They get to be in the ethos where this magic is being shared, and they get to benefit. So how does the world around you benefit when you live from your magic? Journal about that. And then most importantly on this worksheet, this is the most important. There are two sections of the same question, and the name of someone you deeply admire and respect. This could be someone dead or alive. This could be someone fiction or nonfiction. It could be someone you know personally or not. There are really no rules to this person except that they are someone that you could describe in detail actually what you respect and admire about them. So you need to have data on this person. And in the next part of the question is describe what you would admire and respect about them in detail. And I want you to be specific to the characteristic traits in more importantly than the situation. So for example, instead of saying, I really admire my sister-in-law because she homeschools her kids, I would say, I admire my sister-in-law because she is the type of person who prioritizes the experience of her children above her own, or something like that. So instead of giving the circumstance, like let's say this person because they adopted 5 kittens. I love this person's heart and compassion and their willingness to sacrifice for another being. Okay, that's just an example. I want you to dig deep and get specific about the characteristics underneath the actual circumstance, about what you admire and respect about them. And there's 2 people. So you'll write the name of someone you deeply admire and respect, describe in detail what you admire and respect about them, and then you'll do the same thing for another person. You're going to bring that homework to module 2, where we're going to start working on the magic Venn diagram. You're going to start filling it in, and oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this. Invite a friend in, and I'll see you in module 2.